Take me, Holy Ghost. Take me there. Take me, Holy Spirit. Take me there. Take me, Jordan. Take me there. Take me, Jordan. Take me there. Take me, Holy Spirit. Take me there. Take me, Jordan. Take me there. Take me, Holy Spirit. Holy Lord. Take me, Holy God. Take me there.
Adullam is a processor. Adullam is an intervention process that the Lord has brought. It's an intervention move that the Lord has brought into this realm so that men can stage again. There is a you that you don't know unless you have gone into Cave Adullam. Cave Adullam is a place where men are hid. It's a place where men are trained. It's a place where men are grown into men that they are supposed to be in this realm. There is a you with glory that you don't know. There is a you full of dominion that you don't know. There is a you that can find expression in this earth because you haven't been through Cave Adullam. Cave Adullam is a place where men are made to be what they are supposed to be like, according to the script in Zion, according to the script in the heavenly places. Before you started to exist in this earth, before you started to exist in this realm, there is a you that was there long back, beyond time, before time. There is a you that existed, and that you lived in eternity with Yahweh. That you was powerful. It was the full express of glory of God. That you was the accurate revelation of what you are supposed to be like. That you was full of power and authority. Jeremiah chapter number 1 verse 5 says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Jeremiah, before he appeared in this world, the Lord is saying, I knew you. Jeremiah's father were living in the order of priesthood. They were priests, but according to the script in Zion, Jeremiah was a prophet. You see that God is saying, Jeremiah, I know you. I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Formation is a process by which the word becomes flesh. It is the process whereby that thing that is in the heavenly places, that you that is in heaven, find expression and can be physicalized on this earth. Formation happens in this realm, and in the spirit there is creation. In other words, what is formed in this realm has been created in the spiritual realm. So Jeremiah, before you were formed, in other words, before you appeared in this earth, I knew you. From where? From the spirit. I knew you from where? From heaven. There is a you in heaven that I created. And that you in heaven, I ordained you as a prophet. So Jeremiah, you are coming on this earth, but already in heaven, you have been ordained a prophet. You lived before time. That's a you full of glory. That's a you full of the abilities of God. That's you being incorruptible. There is a template that the Lord has made over each and everyone that's living on this earth. No wonder when we pray, we say, let thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Meaning there is a realm that has to give expression to this realm. And that realm is the heaven. Let thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. There is a will in heaven that has to find expression in this realm. Let thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. You lived in eternity well before time. You lived in glory, power, and dominion. You lived with Yahweh. There is a you that dominates in the spirit. But you won't know it unless you have been refined. There is a refiner that you need. I'm going into the topic of Kef Adullam. Why you need Kef Adullam? What is the place of Kef Adullam in each and every believer and everyone that is on this earth? In Genesis chapter number 1, you hear that in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This is a progression. This shows the sequence of things. Firstly, He created the heaven. And secondly, the earth. Meaning, firstly, it's all about heaven. Everything was done in heaven. And then earth is an expression of that which was created in heaven. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Meaning, there is a you that was created in heaven before a you that was formed on this earth. But now, that you that was formed on this earth, if we go to verse number 2, we hear something about that which is on this earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. It shows that there is a manipulation that is on this earth. There is a gross darkness that's covering the earth. And because of that darkness, there is a you that was full of glory, that was formed in this earth. But because of the darkness, you become void, you become empty. You are without form. It is because of the manipulations of the enemy, manipulations of the devil on this earth, that men lost their stature, men lost their glory. There are things that have diluted us. We no longer have relevance. The us in heaven and the us on this earth are now different. There is need for a strategy for men to get their real stature, for men to get to where they're supposed to be. According to the scripture, you get to know that God created everything using words. God created everything using words. If you read the scriptures in John chapter number 1, you hear that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Meaning the Word is God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him. Who? The Word. Meaning all things were made by the Word. And without Him was not anything made that was made. So it is He, the Word, that made everything. It is He, the Word, that made everything. But now, we hear in verse 14 that the Word later on became flesh and dwelt amongst us. In other words, we began to engage with the Word physically when it became flesh. Meaning, when the Word made everything, it was there in heaven. Whereby God was just speaking and things would exist in the heaven. And now, for us to articulate with those things, they had to materialize, they had to become flesh. So, just as the Word became flesh, and we saw Jesus on this earth, everything that was created in heaven had to become flesh so that we articulate with it, so that we engage with it physically. This is how men came into being. You were created in heaven and formed on this earth. But the best version of you is that template that is in heaven, because it is the blueprint, it is the prototype of the real you. What God has ordained for you, what God has made for you. The you in heaven is an expression of glory. The you in heaven is a replica of God. The you in heaven is an extension of glory and power. You don't know that you are limited right now. You don't know that you are living a life that is not to the fullest potential of yourself. You have to press in. We need a strategy. We need a strategy. There is a me that is not known by people yet. There is a me that has been manifested. And it will come to a point where God will need me to express myself fully on this earth. There has to be a strategy. And that strategy is Adullam. If you read in 1 Samuel chapter number 22. 1 Samuel chapter number 22. You hear about David. When David was being searched for by Saul, Saul wanted to take away the life of David. And we hear that David therefore departed. There's an escape to the cave Adullam. And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontent gathered themselves unto him, and he became a captain over them. And there they were with him about 400 men. These men, they followed David. David went and hid himself in cave Adullam, and there many people followed him. David became a captain over this man. He started to train this man. We hear later on that this man became powerful. We hear about the mighty men of David. These were men who were trained in the caves of Adullam. The cave of Adullam is a refinery. It's a processor where men are carried from where they are, from their point of discontent, from their point of distress, from their point of weakness, to the point that they are in the blueprint of heaven. If Adullam transfers men from where they are in the earthly realm to where they are supposed to be according to the print that is in heaven. Don't know yourself unless you have gone into Cave Adullam. Cave Adullam is a refinery. It's a hiding place. In Cave Adullam, you don't appear. You are trained. All those great men that we have seen in our generation, all those men that we have seen God using mightily in this world, they have been through the Cave of Adullam. It is the training ground of men, where men hide themselves and they look for more. There is a me that I need to download. There is a me that I need to touch. I know I lived in eternity before time. Reveal that me to me. Let that me start to transform. And suddenly you see your life changing. That is the experience of Cave Adullam. Cave Adullam. If you read your Bible, 2 Corinthians chapter number 5, you'll find out something that's interesting. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, and house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. It's saying, if this our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building from God, a house not made with hands, internal in the heaven. There is a body that is in heaven that is carrying your name, but that body is full of glory, is full of power and dominion. Verse 2 said, "For in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven." That house which is from heaven is full of power. We are groaning. That's why we groan, so that we may become clothed with that body that is internal. There are realities that are carried in that body. We are struggling right now because we haven't been clothed with a body from eternity. That body that has existed before time. That body that is carrying the prototype of the real me God has created. We are groaning so that we can be clothed. Verse 3 said, "If so be that being clothed we shall not be found naked." We are naked right now because we haven't been clothed. The moment Adam and Eve fell out of glory, the moment they fell out of glory, they realized that they were naked. Nakedness is as a result of departure of glory. There is a glory that we have lost, that's why we are naked. There is a glory that we have lost, that's why we have loopholes. Adam and Eve, they were clothed with the body of eternity. They lived with Yahweh. They were in the glory of God till a time when sin entered, darkness entered, and at that time they fell from that glory. They became naked. They started to see that we are naked. If Adullam is calling upon men to go for a refinery, to go and be cooked again into mighty men. We hear about how the mighty men of David did great wonders. They won battles. Why? Because they were trained in the cave of Adullam. Cave Adullam is a walk with God, away from people. These people, they separated themselves from the community and they went into a place where they gave themselves to training. Train my hands to fight, oh God. Cave Adullam is a processor of immortals. Cave Adullam is a processor of mighty men and women. You attach the real version of me in heaven, I will be in Cave Adullam. In Cave Adullam, we don't have a time frame. It's until we have become like what we are in the heaven. And to sustain that glory, that system has to remain. So in Cave Adullam, we stay there. We don't have a time to come out of Cave Adullam. What we have acquired in eternity is too big to be absorbed by just one encounter with Cave Adullam. It calls for sustenance. It calls for a time for our whole life in Cave Adullam. Cave Adullam is our home. Men that will be relevant in our days and times. These are men from Cave Adullam. Men from the training ground of God. Cave Adullam is a place where you come with your weakness, where you come with your tears, where you come with every distress that you have. You will see what you will become in that cave. It is a cave of training. It is a cave where men are made mighty. I want to be clothed with the blueprint in heaven. I want to be clothed with the blueprint in heaven. Cave Adullam is the processor. The difference between you in heaven and you on this earth is Cave Adullam. If you enter into Cave Adullam, you will see the difference between you in these two realms. There is a you that is mighty that you have to see. And it is only in the cave of Adullam that you get to know yourself. It is only in cave of Adullam that you are made into this powerful being. Take me to cave Adullam, oh God. I want to stay in cave Adullam. I want to ascend into glory. Livante lekosha frakadaya. Lefeko doko sakamba lakadaya. Impeleko sovaka liba hategizo. I want to ascend. I want to ascend. I want to get that me that is in the realm of the spirit. I want to catch up with the me that is eternity. The me that lived beyond time. I want to catch up with the me that lived before time. For he is the wisdom before time began. Take my hand, oh God. Take my hand, oh God. I will stay in Adullam. I won't come out. I will stay in Adullam. I just imagine men of us who are being admired at where we are right now, but yet this is not our real us. There is a more powerful us that the world hasn't seen, and it is only in the cave of Adullam that that person will emerge. Don't just come out. There is a process, there is a walk, and that walk is in cave Adullam. In Adullam, you become. In Adullam, you become. Becoming is greater than receiving. When you receive, that thing can come to an end. But when you become a replica. Those are realities. Whereby you can also do the same that the Spirit was doing. It is in cave Adullam that we become a replica of the blueprint that is in heaven. If this world is going to see the manifestation of the sons of God, if you check that verse very well, you will see that the creation is waiting not for the manifestation of sons of men, because each time you appear in this realm of earth, you are a son of a man because you are birthed by a man. But the Bible says it's waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, meaning men from cave Adullam, because it is only out of cave Adullam that we get sons of God. For in cave Adullam, there is a sonship to men that is closed off, and you receive the clothing of the Son of God, the you that is in the realm of heaven. In cave Adullam, receive that blueprint, and you become a son of God. So the creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, the you that is in the realm of heaven. That's the one that the creation is waiting for. And that one, it doesn't appear, it manifests. The moment you get the real you that is in heaven, you manifest. You be an unstoppable force. Take me to Adullam. Take me to Adullam. I want to be refined. I want to be processed.
the secret place is just you and him. You may be many that came, but when transaction begins, it will be just you and him. The call is still on. You want to say yes to Jesus. The call is still on. The secret place beckons on many. Oh, pastor, the secret place beckons on you. Oh, worshiper, the secret place beckons on you. Oh, teacher of the word, the secret place beckons on you. Oh, evangelist, the secret place beckons on you. Oh, apostle, the secret place beckons on you. It's a secret place. It's just you and him.